tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On first down, Goddard. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check. Lucky.
Now King. From the gun, he'll throw. Completes it to Coleman. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Let's go.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready, set. Check right 54. Right 54. I got him. Let's go. Mike's part four. It's just me and you. Check 31. F-O.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's King, throwing again on 2nd and 10. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. Let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, Terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers. And then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Down. 18 Gator. 50 Bravo. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Christie. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
54 Mike. 54 Mike.
Looking to throw. Christie. He's got his man on the crossing route. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. King now to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Switch. Check. Watch the play.
King operating from the gun. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. This is, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
65, 65. Go, go. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hassan. Let's go, D. 54 is Mike, 54 is
Operating from the gun. King. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Watch the whip. Check 9, check 9.
They'll run on first down. Mays. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On second down, Mays, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
I got one. Mike 5-4.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Check. Crunch.
Back to throw. King. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Set the tone, defense.
Check 26. Kill.
To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Under 10. 10. Switch. Hatchet.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Alert flare.
On second down now, Mays. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Set, ready. Hey, come on. Mike 5-4.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Go. Check. Marvin Arnold. Motion to the backfield. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Blue down.
Now King, gonna throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon, and think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
2nd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, Alpha.
Well, Mike 40, Mike 40. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
To throw again, Christie, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Situation, let's go. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Christian Travis.
Slam, slam, slam.
Smith. Leo. Shoot.
Looking to throw. Christie. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 50 on the base. Get it on. West. Watch the slack. Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
On first down, Mays. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
He's checking crowd.
Here's King, operating from the gun. And he will find his man on the outside. First target, first catch, and a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. King now looking to throw on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. On the ball. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3. Go. Back.
King throwing on third and long. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go, dude.
On second down, Mays, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw them.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This is a 26-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing to start the drive. Love. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's now second and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Mike 40.
Get the ball.
Throwing again. Love. Here's a screen to Powell. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
Let's go!
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's see what you got. Go! Squeeze, get in there.
Again, Peterson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain.
Every situation, but I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
54. Watch the back and watch us. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Hey.
Play outside deep. Don't let him breathe.
From the gun, King. Throw left side complete. It's Baylor. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 21-17. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Operating from the gun, King. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Get hands on motion, man. Squeeze. Sit on, go. Six guys. Check three, check three, check three. Check 9. Check 99. Joker, Joker, Joker.
To throw is King on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 34-yard line.
Got it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got you, punk. Shift, shift. Topper, topper. There you go.
On second down, Peterson. And a short gain here, down to the 22.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You're right. You're not ready. Check 37. Check 37. Mike's 40. Mike's 40. Go.
Off play action. Love. And that is incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
And this one is right through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
First and 10 at the 33-yard
Now King on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
Mike zipped it. 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Check. Hustle.
Looking to throw. King. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike's 5-4. 6 man. Check curls.
Here's King to throw on third down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. 58 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll try the left side. Mays. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
King now to throw on second down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Now, defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Right there, 54.
King throwing on 4th down. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Here we go, D.
They'll run on 1st down. Mays. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Zoom. Cut. Yeah.
54 is Mike. Check, watch 54.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. King. His throw incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
54 Mike. Yeah, that's what I do.
Go. Watch out. Check off. 54. Mike 54. I'm here all day.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
To throw is King. Throwing on 3rd and long. He finds Coleman. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Mike 54.
Double dog. That's the way. Check nickel. Check safety.
Now King on 1st and 10. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Not today.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. King. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Hey, tank. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Ball trot. Mike 54.
I got one. 49. Check 49. Check.
Hey. You're out.
50. Check 50.
Here's King throwing on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Ready. Hey, read.
54 Mike. Pick it up.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike's 5-4. You better bring it.
Delta.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. 54 is Mike.
What happened?
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got his man on the crossing route. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Off the play fake. Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. King completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, D. Zip it. 54. Mike, 54. I'm coming after you.
Right there. 50. Right there. 54, Mike.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Coleman. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
King now. Off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. King on play action. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Let's go.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for L.A., the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.